Okay, so I'm back and I didn't get to do a live stream in the evening to continue my review of The Lion King, so I'm going to do it in little recorded snippets, which I'll try to put together somehow. So what I ended with was that The Lion King is really about class struggle, and you probably think, oh, that's not true. It's about lions and hyenas. But I'm going to now try to explain to you why I don't think it's really about lions and hyenas.
The pack tries to wear him down. This number of hyenas could kill him.
There's a lot of factual background in The Lion King that doesn't seem quite wrong. So lions live in prides, which consists of 1 or 2 or 3 males to about 10 to 12 to 20 females. And they work together, and the males have the primary duty of protecting the entire group. It's really a family group. So in a way, what we're talking about is a marriage rather than a kingdom. If we're just talking about management of the pride, the females do the majority of the hunting, but they need the males for protection.
It's impossible to fight them all at once. He can't keep them at bay for much longer. He's tiring fast. His ally, Tartu, has heard the commotion.
And so there's a coalition among 1 or 2 or 3 males to manage a group of females. The females actually have a much longer life, and so in that sense it's a matrilineal kind of arrangement. But the males, while they don't live for very long and they don't stay in power very long, they do have more power while they have their stay. So the head lion is replaced every 10 to 5 years. And so they don't live very long. They don't stay in power very long. When a younger male takes over, he will also put to death all the male offspring of the previous ruler.
Have changed.
So typically, the other lion, the one who isn't the head lion, is helping the head lion to fight the other competing predators. So the hyenas can act as both predators and scavengers, and but they're pretty high on the trophic levels. They're not grass eaters, they're not vegetarians. And just like the lions, they kill and eat their prey. Sometimes lions steal the kill of the hyenas, and sometimes when there are enough hyenas, they manage to steal the kill of the lions. So that's the competition between lions and hyenas, and that's the reason a lioness needs the protection of a lion, because as strong as a lioness is and as able as she is to be able to stand up to a pack of hyenas, that takes a lion. Scar is nonviolent, unable to hunt for himself. So he's kind of a parasite who lives off the kill of Mufasa and the lionesses. Well, I mean, actually, the lionesses are doing most of the killing, but he's a parasite. Lions are a symbol of strength. That's why we revere them. That's why we put them up on that pedestal. And that's why when we see a band of hyenas circling a lone lion, we tend to root for that lion. And you can say, well, it's because the lion is an underdog. Well, maybe, but it's also because we hate to see someone great cut down by those who are mediocre. By which I don't really mean that you should hate hyenas themselves, but it's a symbol. It's a symbolic kind of thing. And that's why the lion and the hyena lend themselves to this kind of metaphorical usage. So Scar is kind of a parasite. He is a little bit like one of those liberals you meet who will say that they don't believe in killing, but they want the state to kill for them. So Scar enjoys the kill of the lionesses under Mufasa's rule, but he's not able to even catch a mouse. And yet he has ambitions, and his ambitions involve forming a coalition with the hyenas. And that, I think, is completely unrealistic and is kind of a human conceit. But it's interesting, and I love the song.
What are you supposed to do? Kill Mufasa? Precisely. I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside. But thick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expression. The lights are not all on upstairs. But we are talking kings and successions. Even you can't be caught unawares.
In the new version, instead of reviling Scar for being a weakling who is hiding behind a pack of mediocre individuals, instead of that, we are expected to believe that Scar is strong and that he wants to rule over the weak and bring them low. And the problem with Mufasa is that he's just too much of a liberal and he takes care of the weak and downtrodden. Please remember that the weak and downtrodden in this case are his food. Yes, Mufasa takes care of his food. Yes, he doesn't kill unnecessarily. He kills to eat and he wants to maintain a good ecosystem. But you don't do that because you're unselfish. You do that from the highest degree of selfishness. And this ultimately is why the new movie fails. The realism that is there does not help the story. When we see Scar killing Mufasa, it looks like a strong lion killing a weak lion, which is what lions are supposed to do. It doesn't look the way it did in the original, where you could tell that Scar was really weak. Lions can help each other, they can form a coalition. Two lions can take on quite a number of hyenas. The hyenas themselves, while they're not as strong as the lions, in a large group can overcome a lion. All of that is naturalistic idea that a less powerful lion could form a coalition with hyenas to use wildebeest to assassinate an alpha male lion. That is just too much cunning, I think. That is the cunning of an ape, a chimp, or a human being. And that's why it's really clear to me that the trophic levels in the story of The Lion King really represent classes of people.
Prepare for the chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for sensational news. A shiny new era is tiptoeing nearer. And where do we feature? Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my due.